Fighting Foodons is a manga that was released in 1998, 2 Game Boy games that were released in 1999, an anime that was released for Japan in 2000, and a 4Kids dub that was released in 2002. Look, you can even get the complete DVD box set of all 26 thrilling episodes on Amazon for only $27.99. What a steal. And by that I mean they should be stolen and destroyed. As someone that does not live in Japan presently, I have been physically incapable of finding the manga or Japanese voiceover for this show. I have, however, been able to find the Game Boy games, but just in Japanese. And I personally don't think that I can read Japanese. I could try, but their language looks like someone spilled popsicle sticks on the ground and then decided to make an alphabet out of it. So the only thing that we shall be discussing at this current moment is the 4Kids dub.
Listen up, do you have any idea what I had to go through to procure all these seafood costumes? I don't dress like this for kids, Chase, so you better go face to face with those fish!
Hooray. Now, the main idea of this Foodon universe, if you will, that makes it more exciting and different from our world is that there are special cards called meal tickets that one can slap on food, like this, in order to create creatures, or more commonly, actual sentient human beings that just have plates of food for their heads, called Foodons. When one births a Foodon, it is obligated to do everything that you say as you are its creator, its mother. On that note, here's a picture of a Foodon that is literally just a teenage girl. Yeah, let that sink in. They are most commonly used by people for manual labor, self-defense, to battle in tournaments, and to fight wars for you. Speaking of wars, enter the big bad that the main protagonists never even get to see in person until the 24th episode. There are only 26 episodes. His name is King Gorgeous Gorge, the leader of the Glutton Empire. He changed his first name to Gorgeous after becoming tired of no one ever complimenting him due to the fact that he looks like he was dressed by a team of edgy 5-year-olds from Hot Topic. He wants to rule the world using his army of gormandizers, who are just normal guys that run around hitting people with spatulas and ladles, and sometimes occasionally having Foodons. Even though his troops are only shown to occupy some villages, the fact is that he is actually the current king of the world, and that the revolutionary army that the protagonists are a part of actually just consists of a couple handful of people who are the only ones they're ever shown to fight back against the Gluttons. Now, allow me to describe for you every single main character in the order of importance and the amount that I hate them. The actual factual main character is named Chase. He's a chef in training and is 10 years old, an age for me when I wasn't even allowed to cook eggs. Many episodes center around him training and supposedly becoming a better chef, but honestly, he made the Foodon fried rice or on the spot, just out of nothing in the first episode. And Fried Ricer was literally capable of destroying a monster that towered over buildings and was handcrafted using the finest ingredients that the Glutton Empire could provide. So he never really had anything to worry about in terms of saving the world. He may look like the son of Yugi Moto and Johnny Test, but I can assure you that he is not. For his real father is Chef Jack, and his mother is never shown. He is leader of the Revolutionary Army, but other than holding that title and training Chase, he never really does anything other than be captured by the Gluttons so that Chase can save him later on. His other child is Kayla, the human reincarnation of a Super Monkey Ball character. She is arguably a better chef than Chase at the beginning, due to the fact that right off the bat she owns a Foodon named Omelette that's just a Pikachu ripoff that can shoot laser beams from its tail and breathe fire, while Chase only has a team of burnt meatballs that are voiced by Meowth from Team Rocket. There's also Pie Tin. That is literally his name, by the way, like a tin of pie. It's spelled the exact same way. His parents were food scientists that were stolen by the Gluttons, and he wants to get them back. He's also a chef and has shown several times that he is a better cook than Chase, despite the fact that he is 5 years old. I am shocked at the fact that Pie Tin has the ability to speak in complete sentences, let alone cook. Then there's Oslo, the dish wizard, even though it isn't revealed for some reason until episode 24, because he literally has no reason to follow the group, unless you know this fact. Oslo was the previous king of food, and it's just taken for granted in the entire length of the show, even though they never say it. It's as if the writers thought they had said it in episode 1, but didn't, and then forgot about it. Look, here's the actual clip of Oslo stating for the very first time that he was the king that got dethroned by King Gorge.
If my memory serves me, this passageway should lead us right into the castle.
You really know your way around, Oslo. Have you been here before?
You bet I have, Kayla. Years ago, when I was the king of food, all this belonged to me.
Huh?
That's it. This one gasp
Huh?
is all the reaction that is ever given to this monumental secret that Oslo reveals as if it is a commonly known just knowledge. He has a flying saucer that he flies around on, and it's powered by the magic in his hair antenna, just like those girls in the Kijo. The only other important antagonists are Claudia, Cinnamonkey, Coleslaughter, Rose Marinade, and Chef Grill. Claudia follows around the protagonists and is given various foodons by the king to stop them. She is the main cause of conflict in the show, and is sort of a combination of Rouge the Bat, Team Rocket, and a furry convention. Cinnamonkey, Coleslaughter, Rose Marinade, and Chef Grill are the big four, and attack Chase respectively in that order, not all at once because they want to lose for some reason. Alright, and now it's time to jump into the episodes, but I'm gonna leave my air conditioner on from now on because it gets hot in here very quickly without it, and I sweat easily. I'm also gonna use some silly dumb voice because, as you could probably tell from the drop-off, being as lazy and constantly tired as I am, it's often hard to maintain enthusiasm while speaking to a microphone for 10 minutes. Okay, first episode, Chase and Kayla save their huge knife-wielding father from the gluttons. Claudia summons a huge foodon named Beefsteak that is just a dinosaur with a lunchbox for a head. They ride their food cart that has the same powers as the magic school bus away from the monster.
I forgot all about the pastry shoots!
And Oslo shows up and gives Chase a meal ticket that he then uses to make Chase's first effective foodon and the delicious face of the show. Note, all foodons that are not giant usually have the power to fly and shoot laser beams. The reasoning is yet unknown by scientists. Fried Ricer kills Beefsteak with a soaring axe kick, and then Chase's dad leaves to do whatever.
Hey, that's good. Yeah, that's real good.
Python shows up in episode 2 and Claudia tricks him into fighting Chase. Python then introduces power toppings, which allow chefs to throw random ingredients that don't suit the dishes at all onto the foodons to give them a random power boost.
Alright, it's onion time!
Chase, that is garlic. That is very much garlic, and the last time I checked, topping a single plate of fried rice with 2 entire heads of garlic does not usually make it taste better unless you are Wario. During episode 5, Chef Muscles Marinara of the Glutton Empire and his giant safety scissors hold a cooking tournament. Python and Chase enter, but eventually get in a fight with him because Muscles is a glutton. This guy proceeds to almost turn Python into pie filling with his boot, until Chase beats up his shrimp Stompora using Fried Ricer. After winning, the gang heads onto a cruise ship where the main tournament will be held. There he meets his short-time rival Albert, who defeats Fried Ricer and Omelet with Crab Quake and Cowboy Rito. That's his name. Episode 6, there's a guy named Chet that's voiced by the same guy as Goku.
Hey, don't go soft on me!
Neat. He beats Python, and then in turn, Chase beats him. The tournament finale is scheduled for tomorrow morning with Chase versus Albert, so Chase stays up all night, toiling away at his cooking so that he can create a new foodon that might help him, and you know what he comes up with?
Hot doggone it!
It took him all night to come up with this idea, to microwave a hot dog, and somehow Chase still wins. Oh, and Albert has to forget about it. That's another foodon. You'll see him later, so it's important to say. And another note, Albert is now friends with Chase and is never seen as a rival ever again. Albert is just strictly worse from now on. In episode 7, the Elite, I mean Big Four, show up and capture everybody, including Chef Jack, who has, instead of fighting against the Gluttons, just been following around his kids this entire time. They are conveniently taken to the Glutton test kitchen where Python's parents are being held. They almost immediately escape, by the way, because only a single guard comes to escort them out of their cell on the ship. Python's parents, who look extremely normal compared to everybody else in the entire show, are then saved. Rose Marinade's foodon pursues their flying food cart until Chef Jack jumps onto the foodon and collides it with the test kitchen, which blows it up somehow. Literally, the entire thing engulfed in just nuclear flames. So many people must have died. The explosion then knocks Chase, his foodons, and Omelet off of the cart and into the ocean. Chase washes up on Banana Island and is saved by Coco the Walk Ninja and Chef Jack, who is going by the alias Chef John, while dressed like a superhero that's based on a can of Surge. Chase just trains with Coco in episode 8 and unfairly beats her in a cooking competition, but we get the Banana Island song, so that's pretty important.
When you come to Banana Island, you never gonna split. You go coconuts for the fruit and you'll eat up every bit. Banana Island. Our ingredients are sweet and our Foodons can't be beat. Oh, Banana Island. Way down here the weather's great.
We'll put some Foodons on your plate.
Come on down to Banana Island and find out its appeal. Banana Island. Oh, Banana Island.
Episode 9, Python leaves his parents extremely nonchalantly considering that he hasn't seen them in months or something, and then takes everyone that didn't fall off of the cart to go get captured by the Gluttons, because for some reason, they think that Chase must have been captured as well. They do so by dressing as clowns, which Gluttons seemingly hate given the reaction. Chase leaves Banana Island and coincidentally finds one of the other leaders of the Revolutionary Army, Lydia. They go off to save her granddaughter, Tareen, who was captured and brainwashed a while ago. Again, coincidentally, Tareen is being held in the same place as the gang. Claudia is there and summons a clam chowder dragon to stop them. It wipes the floor with literally everyone until Chase has Fried Ricer pick up Hot Dog on it and fly into the air so that he can shoot a giant laser beam from his guns, which should not in fact contain laser beams but rather condiments. Lydia shoots Tareen with a purple jambalaya laser that makes her not brainwashed anymore. The only important thing in episode 11 is the song in it. Listen!
Way down in the village of Dusty Town, the cowboys are mean and the Foodons are proud. The Foodons are sad and the cowboys tough, but one little taco, he'd had enough. Taquito, he rode into town one day, when Sheriff Sook Squash was snoring away. He made clean off with the county safe, singing all the way.
Libre los Foodons, let them roam free, like the buffalo out on the lonesome prairie. Put them on the campfire over medium heat. Libre los Foodons, let them roam free.
But our hero Taquito was not too strong, and Sheriff Zook stopped him before too long.
That's why we added this verse to that song, and here's what happened next.
Taquitos bandidos were riding out, while Chase and the gang were hiding out. When they were discovered, they had it out, until Taquito sang.
Libre los Foodons, let them roam free, like the buffalo out on the lonesome prairie. Cook them on the campfire over medium heat. Libre los Foodons, let them roam free.
But later the real outlaw showed her paw. She thought maybe she could live outside the law, but their rations could not believe what he saw. The Foodons saved the day. Now in the village of Dusty Town, the Foodons are free and the people are proud. And their slim ration sings right out loud, and everyone joins in.
Hey! Libre los Foodons, let them roam free, like the buffalo out on the lonesome prairie. Cook them on the campfire over medium heat. Libre los Foodons, let them roam free.
During episode 12, everybody goes to Marmaland, including Cinnamonkey of the Big Four and his ability to shoot deadly laser beams out of his nose. They meet up with King Hungry and his son Kima from the boat tournament. King Hungry fancies himself a dish wizard, so he takes a 5-star meal ticket and tries to make a Foodon using a pile of random fruit that he found in the forest. Fun fact, it doesn't work. But then another fun fact, it does, but only after Chase touches the fruit, because he is the real dish wizard for some reason, not the king. Chase's dish wizard powers, having been awakened, give Fried Ricer a power-up in the form of a lobster hat and summons Fruit Turtle, who has a voice like a chorus of Down syndrome angels. Fruit Turtle proceeds to turn Cinnamonkey into a real, actual monkey, taking away his sentience in the process and effectively killing him. Chase kills Coleslaughter in episode 14 by having Fruit Turtle turn him into a bear. That is all you need to know about him. Episode 16 includes some very happy singing while slavery occurs nearby. It is my favorite episode for many, many reasons, including the Burger Brigade Power Rangers and Pie Tin's drill hands. That is all I have to say about that. Please do not watch this show, but if you do, please watch this episode. Episode 18 is the fight between Chase and Rose Marinade. Long story short, she combines all of her Foodons to make Dim Something Deluxe. A Foodon Deluxe that manages to beat up Fruit Turtle until Chase uses a special power topping of a purple pepper that gives Fruit Turtle the power to win in return for destroying itself. King Gorge then watermarks the sky and shoots Marinade with a laser that kills her into a two-tailed fox. Episode 19 involves Chef Grill attacking using Tank and Cheese, while Chase tries to find a way to make a Foodon Deluxe of his own now that Fruit Turtle is dead. It turns out in the end that he can make one using a Dim Something special that he stole from Rose Marinade, Fried Ricer, Sir Dumpling, the Bird, Meatballs, and Shrimp Daddy, a Foodon that he borrowed from Davy Gravy. This is what he looks like. I did it. The Foodon Deluxe is called Feastivus and kills Tank and Cheese. And I mean kills this time. Usually Foodons turn back into meal tickets when they're beaten, but not this time. He literally explodes into fragments. He's not coming back, and this is a children's show. Fried Ricer is kidnapped by Chef Grill in episode 21. They track Fried Ricer back down in episode 22, but he's being mind-controlled now by a helmet. They get it off of him by powering him up so that a lobster hat replaces his mind-controlling one. They go to a robot city and meet Gazmachu, the Foodon. His voice is amazing.
My name's Gazmacho, and I live here in Metapolis.
He tells them about Chef Grill's giant mech called ButcherBot that doesn't actually have anything to do with butchering things and is actually made of various kitchen appliances. In the next episode, they try to get inside ButcherBot to destroy it, but then Chef Grill shows up and turns into a child's nightmare before hooking himself directly to the robot to fight Feastivus. They end up winning by manually turning on all of the ButcherBot's weapons at once to overload it. The robots that Chef Grill was holding hostage then shoot him with lasers until he turns into a bat. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Episode 24, Claudia's given one last chance to beat Chase as they head up to King Gorge's throne room. Her Foodon Sirloin then gives himself the courtesy of turning Spaghetti About It and Crabquake into smoldering ashes. They beat him though, but don't worry, she has another one called Steak King wears a revealing leotard, just if you were wondering. It's a little too sexy for a children's show. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that there were a couple questioning teens out there just now because of him. I mean, I don't think that I personally would ever be satisfied by simple females after seeing this guy at age 12, but I digress. Steak King kills Coco's Tater Ton, and then all of the remaining Foodons join their power to make a laser beam that destroys him. King Gorge flies away on a platform while Chase makes food for Claudia, who got pretty beat up in that fight, causing her to take off her fursuit and reveal that she is actually a 30-year-old woman named Dia. And I think Python puts it best by saying,
I don't know about you, but I fully expected her to become a cat.
That would have made sense, Python.
In the subsequent and final episode, King Gorge flies into space on a giant statue of himself so that he can brainwash everyone on Earth into obeying him. Chase then goes back to Robot City to find a way to get into space and chase King Gorge. And guess what?
Why, it's Dia, the rocket scientist.
Dia then uses a flute to summon her animal friends, who turn out to be the Big Four and also the keys to opening the hole in the ground that contains her spaceship called the Egg Planet Explorer. The ship can only fit 2 people though, so they all choose Pieton and Chase because they have the pieces for Feastivus. Just a side note, yes, this is one of those shows where there is oxygen in space, like Jimmy Neutron. King Gorge summons Snack Attack and Sushi Ship, who proceed to punch Feastivus into Saturn until Pieton and Chase give it a power topping that allows it to burn King Gorge's Foodons to death using a stock fire effect. You better get used to those for this fight. King Gorge uses his mind control thingy to steal the power of those on Earth and form a dark nebula in space, like in Beyblade, that gives him access to the strongest Foodon, Devouron, who awakens with a booming stock fire effect. And the fact that this final battle is 100% not going to involve food at all is going to be fought with mechs. Oslo, still on Earth, gets the grand idea of making a spirit bomb to give to Chase, which they all do. This power allows Chase to combine all of his Foodons into, you guessed it, or maybe you didn't because you're a rational human being, a giant mech named Palator. The two then have a stock fire effect battle to allow the least amount of animation possible. They're pretty even until Chase reveals,
Ha! Well, I've got news for you. I'm not even at full power.
it's like Dragon Ball. Except equally as bad, they're both terrible. King Gorge then orgasms and planks back to Earth, falling through the atmosphere and bumping Chase off of the spaceship too. The Foodons stop them from falling, and Chase makes fried rice for King Gorge, making him not evil anymore. Or, you know, whatever. And finally, Chase is made the king of food, even though he is still 10, and we are given this.
Alright, yeah! I've got the power on my plate. I've got the spice to seal my fate. I'm gonna stop this glutton crime. I'm gonna change the world one meal at a time. I got the hunger in my heart, and I knew it from the very start. King Gorge is going down. We're gonna turn the whole wide world around, 'cause we're mixing it up, mixing it up. We got the world in our bowl, mixing it up, mixing it up.
With a heart and soul.
I've got the recipe and I'm ready to begin. Mixing it, mixing it, mixing it. Mixing it up to win. Fried rice, there's lobster eyes. Sir dumplings, not surprised. The burnt meatballs save the day. An omelet just blows you away. I got the hunger in my heart, hunger in my heart, and I knew it from the very start, 'cause we're mixing it up, mixing it up. We got the world in our bowl, mixing it up, mixing it up.
With a heart in our soul.
I've got the recipe and I'm ready to begin. Mixing it, mixing it, mixing it. Mixing it, mixing it, mixing it. Nothing can stop us now. Mixing it up to win.
Hello all, and thank you for sticking with me until the end. I hope that I have inspired many of you to go out and destroy your brain by watching Fighting Foodons in its entirety. This kind of video is going to be the standard from now on until I can get a place to record that doesn't have a chance for my neighbors to randomly start playing Mexican polka music loud enough for the entire town to hear. Please leave critiques, insults, or love poems in the comments below, and subscribe for more trash. Thanks.